Hey dolls, welcome to the StarrStruck interview with me, Adam Starr. Today I'm chatting to Omari Douglas and I cannot wait. I've known him because he's from Wolverhampton. He's done some incredible things. He's about to do this incredible new huge series that was called The Boys, and now it's called It's a Sin. It's just so exciting, and he's done a plethora and so diverse, the shows that he's been in, and I cannot wait to chat with him. So I'll wait for him to join, and then we'll chitty chat away. How is everybody? Yes, I'm wearing a scarf. Yes, I'm wearing a hat. It's very cold in Wolverhampton. Very cold. But yeah, I hope you're all well. I am at, I think Omari is my 82nd. I think he's my 83rd. I mean, I am a fact checker. Scott Bird will know. I think he's my 82nd person. So I'm nearly at 100, and at 100 I'll stop for a bit. But it's all very exciting. So yeah, Omari's here. I will add him in. Show me. Hey, doll.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey. How are you?
I am well. How has your day been, Bab?
It's been all right, thank you. Yeah, it's been nice and gentle. You look like cool and chic, like with the cap and the little pashmina.
It's all smoke and mirrors. It's like salt lamp, cap, eyeliner, this. I'm not. Who do you think I am?
Layers. I love it.
Layers.
Layers upon layers.
Doll, I have had, and I mean this, a proper joy looking through all the back catalogue and reminding myself of the shows that you're in. It's a doll. You did some smashing stuff. So shall we jump straight in?
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
Go.
Let's
doll,
do it.
What was the first show that you ever saw live?
It will have been definitely a panto at the Grands.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't remember specific. I've got like a big box somewhere, like full of programs, and like the Crankies will have been in it or something.
Mate, they were never not in it.
But like that is definitely one of my like earliest theatre memories, I think, because I used to I just used to see all the, you know, when the villagers would start dancing and stuff, and I'd literally be like, yeah, need to do it.
I need to be in that. That's for me. What was your first? Can you remember the first time you ever performed? Was it school? Was it a family party or a friend?
Me and my cousins definitely used to. We used to go on like the box and smash hits, and we just used to like imitate all of the music videos. Definitely did that quite a lot. However, my first like performing experience that I remember vividly was actually quite sort of like traumatic, because my mom in like, I think 99 was when the song came out, she bought me the CD single of Baby One More Time.
Yeah.
And when I was in primary school, I can't believe how camp I was in primary school. I decided to do a solo dance to the song, like in the school talent show, but I don't even remember like trying to cut it or anything. Like I literally went from top to bottom of the song, just sort of like half lip syncing it, like half not. And I kind of got it was a really eggy response, I think. And it was on very that. So yeah.
Did it involve a chair? Because I remember at school when there used to be talent shows, there was, for some reason, there was always a chair involved.
I just remember it being like, you know, when you're at school, did you ever have those stages that were like, they were made up of blocks that came together? But it had that sort of like really weird carpeted thing on it. So you couldn't really dance properly on it. You were just sort of like scuffing your way through. So my early memory is quite traumatic.
I mean, doll, we all start somewhere. But I used to get, mate, when it used to come to like the talent shows in the lunch break. Is it called Honey? And she does that, and all the girls did that.
I believe I can. Yeah, that's the one.
And And what was your first job? And I don't mean your first job at Wonderland Halford. I mean,
which I did.
which you did. Were you a character, or were you just?
One year I operated a carousel.
I love this.
And then I was a character for Halloween once.
Nice.
Yes. I don't think I ever worked there after that, but I think, yeah, I remember those 2 occasions working there.
Nice. I'm in charge of the carousel. Too
Yeah,
many,
I know.
sorry.
What a look.
Just singing Roger and Hammerstein all the way through. You know?
Yeah.
Never walk alone. And what was your first professional job?
My first professional job was High Society at the Old Vic.
Yeah.
That was in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah, I was quite lucky as well because I got to do the show with like one of my really good mates from my year. So we both went on to that show together and then ended up doing our next show together. We just sort of like followed each other for a couple of years, which was really nice. Yeah, and it was really fun. It was really classy. It was a really classy show, and Maria Friedman directed it, who I'd sort of only grown up with because of this sort of iconic Joseph VHS that I had with Donny Osmond. And I never actually had I never went out and bought it. I remember it used to come on Channel 5 all the time, and my mum recorded it for me, and I just used to watch it over and over and over again on one of those sort of recordable VHS things.
God, I mean, there's so many people that talk about that Joseph. I can remember so vividly. I can remember.
I watched your chat with John the other day. Yeah, and he was talking about that. Yeah. It is iconic though.
And, oh gosh, I remember before I started. This is like before the Livet Awards. Right, to keep my shit together. Before then, I went to see the closing night of Merrily We Roll Along, and as I was walking into the auditorium, bumped into Maria Friedman. Couldn't hold my shit together. She went, "You're the narrator, Joseph."
What did she say?
She went, "Yes, would you like a photo?" And I was like, "Yeah." But this wasn't this is I was like, this is 5 years ago. Like it wasn't like it was yesterday.
Oh my God.
Adora. But that was in also I came to the show and it was at the Old Vic and it was massive. And all I can remember about that show really is massive swishy skirts, loads of swishy skirts, and tap dancing on a piano that came out the floor.
Yeah, it was a mad set. It was stunning. It was amazing. And also because I was a bit green and I was oh, it's my first show. So everything seemed amazing. But this set was genuinely amazing.
Yeah,
a guy called Tom Pye designed it, and he designed all the costumes as well. And it was just so classy. And at the time, I'm telling you this, you were there, but it was in the rounds.
Yeah.
So we had set that came out of the floor, and then at the top of Act 2 they specifically for this production they created this set piece where it was going to be this big party, and we had one piano that came out the floor, then another conjoining one, and then our MD Theo, he did this piano duel with Joe Stilgo, who's in the show as well. And they told me quite early on in the rehearsals, they were the plan is that you're going to do this tap dance on a piano. And I was like, oh, right, okay. So then it happened. And actually, I think it was in previews, they were operated manually. And I think what happened was sub-stage, this massive iron bar had to go in to lock them together.
Wow.
So that when it was taking the weight of all the jumping up and down on it, it was going to be fine. And basically what happened was there's a bit of human error and the bar didn't come out properly.
Oh,
so if you imagine the 2 pianos like that, they went like that. No, not that way. They went that way. So I surfed off of them.
Start it out.
Yeah, start it out as much as I could. I think I saved. I didn't fall on my bum. But...
I think that, High Society, I really enjoyed that show. But what I found with other productions, except yours or the one that you were in, is that they tend to gloss over the party. They, as in, it's very much
Mm,
like, oh, the
yeah,
party's happened. It's like,
yeah.
well,
Yeah, because I think normally in the show, I might be wrong, in the stage production, I feel like the party's almost happened.
yeah,
You're coming off the tail end of it. But I think, yeah, Maria like sort of made it, she made a big deal of wanting to see the party, and God, we made a big deal of it.
only a small deal, a small deal.
just
But
just a little bit.
I think that for someone who knows the musical, that was made really clear. That big dance
Mm.
number and the party, because it's about a party. So you show the party. It
Yeah,
was just
show it.
brilliant. Show the party.
Yeah,
And
it was so much fun.
how did it feel having your first professional debut in a West End, not just any West End theatre, the Old Vic, but also how was it like taking your first bow?
Oh my God. Um, I think the whole experience was sort of overwhelming, and especially because it was sort of smack bang in the middle of our final year of college as well. Um, because I remember we'd started rehearsals just before we were doing our third year showcase, and I think somewhere within that first week we did the showcase, and then we were just like straight back to rehearsal. So it was all still a little bit like, ah. Um, but yeah, I was just sort of, I kind of took it in my stride, I think. I was just like, right, this is it. But no, I will always, always hold very, very, very fond memories of
Yeah.
that theatre. And one of my best mates was working there at the time as well. He was working front of house, and that's how I met him. And yeah, and like I got to go back there a couple of years ago as well. So it was a nice one to revisit. I do love that theatre.
God, I love the theatre. Um,
Oh, I do.
I mean, from a classic to this mega hit, which was Hairspray, which you
Hmm.
did.
Yeah.
Being in that production of Hairspray, that was now I get confused because I saw it so many times. At the Curve, were you the first cast or the second cast?
No, we were the
Just no,
second. Yeah. There've been so many,
no.
haven't there? No, we weren't. We weren't. Mm-mm,
Mm,
mm-mm.
mm, mm.
No.
Okay, so I definitely saw you in it, doll, but it doesn't matter. Okay, good there. And moving swiftly on. Next, being in that production
Next.
and being in that show and understudying Seaweed. Did you ever go on for Seaweed?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh God, this interview is really crap. Can you just say you did?
And
um,
what is that?
I went on for Motormouth. No, it's such an incredible show,
Well,
and
actually, there were times that came close where we could have ended up going on as anything, actually. We were in Edinburgh once, and I feel like at least 50% of the cast was ill.
oh
And
God,
I remember sat in the dressing room, and there was like two of us. There was literally like me and a nicest kids. I remember like sat upstairs listening to the roll call, and they were doing the roll call, and literally no one's name was said. They were just like Amber Link. I was just like, what is going on?
I need an
Yeah.
assistant.
And then
Um,
like we were Dynamite Shore, and they were like, who's gonna go on for that? It was, yeah, it was crazy.
I mean that's live theatres. All. Did you enjoy touring?
I loved it. I had a really, really good time, and there were three other people from my year as well, which was amazing to sort of share that touring experience with them. And yeah,
Birmingham. It was Birmingham I saw you.
Eddie Alex, Eddie Alex,
There we
yeah,
go. Sorry, yeah.
it was like over Christmas or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we did. We were touring for 9 months, and it was weekly as well, so
Wow.
it's pretty knackering. But I guess when you're young and fresh out of school, you're just like, yeah, bring it on.
Definitely.
And yeah, we just sort of grabbed the ball by the horns and just ran with it. It was fab.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
how was it standing on stage next to Brenda Edwards sing a face off each night?
Oh my God. A legend, an icon, the moment. She's amazing. Love,
Really
love,
is.
loved her. She was so amazing. It was so brilliant actually, like being, because obviously we were all so just these sort of like young, keen kids, and then we were surrounded by all these sort of like veterans and all these sort of brilliant people, sort of prolific in their own ways,
I
and for
mean,
whatever
Claire Sweeney,
reasons.
for Christ's sake.
Exactly that. Again, a legend. She's one of the most fun people I have ever met in my entire life. We were once in Sheffield after a show, And there's a bar in Sheffield called Dempsey's Sticky Floor. It's like one of them places.
Mm-hmm.
And she like basically took over the karaoke for the whole night. And all I remember is her singing, I think she was singing Somebody Else's Guy, and we were all crowd surfing her mum. Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, she's amazing.
Just
Love
when I
her.
couldn't adore her more.
No.
But being in that in production Hairspray, an incredible score. Did you have a relationship with the musical before you were in it?
Oh my God, yeah, because it was the first show that I saw in London.
Nice.
Yes. And I saw it, I think I saw it like 3 times. And I now have this strange connection with it because um, I think the first time I saw it, I saw Leanne Jones. And then the 2 times after that, I saw Charlotte Ryby,
Yes.
who was the alternate. And then I did Jesus Christ Superstar after Hairspray. So I met Charlotte and sort of embarrassed myself more than her by showing her these pictures that I'd taken with her at stage door. Oh my God. Um, and then, of course, a couple of years later, I did Five Guys No More with Adrian.
Adrian, yeah.
And again, I had that same link. I was like, Adrian, look at this picture. And I'm literally, it's so embarrassing for me. Like, I've got braces. Like, it's just, yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter.
But
I'm
yeah,
sure
weird full circle
it
moment.
really is. It really
Hmm.
is. And I had that thing with Charlotte. Charlotte is like she's like a good luck charm because Charlotte was
Yeah.
the first she did Me and My Girl on tour. First she ever saw. Obsessed with her.
Hmm.
Don't know why I was, but I was obsessed with her.
Hmm.
The way she was. Then I went to see I became, do you remember, was it MySpace? Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
We used to message on there. And then she
Ah,
was in this new show called Hairspray. Went to see
yeah.
me in Hairspray. And then when I did my first professional job in London, which is the Olivier Awards, she was there with Jesus Christ Superstar. And you were
Yeah.
there as well, weren't you?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Uh-huh.
everywhere I go, like you're just like that little ribey bit of luck. Um,
Love that.
but yeah, doll. Mate, I've got stage your photos for and at my arsehole that I'm like, why would you, Adam? Why would you wear that to a stage? Anyway,
I say exactly the same thing to myself.
Jesus Christ Superstar, Out in the Elements, brilliant production,
Mm.
and it was the original production, wasn't it? Before
Yeah.
the yeah. So being a part of that brand new, fresh. I mean, gosh, it was fresh. I mean, what was the rehearsal process like?
Well, I remember getting there on the first day. We all lay on the floor and we listened to the concept album. And I think a part of me anyway, was like, what are we going to be making? And actually, we were going through the rehearsal process and I was like, I think we're onto something really cool, but like, I just didn't know what. And, I guess because from the beginning, Tim and Tom Scott, the designer, and Andrew, of course, they were all sort of talking about this gig element of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So we all felt like that we were all just part of this really cool gig, basically. And for me, it's like one of my highlights, like easily, just because it was my first experience in that theatre, obviously. And I'd seen, was Seven Brides for Seven Brothers the year before? Or was it year before? Yeah, I think it,
Or was the year before that? Was it Sound of Music? I'm really bad.
I can't remember, but my first time seeing anything at the theatre was Seven Brides, because there were a few people from my year in that, so we
Right,
went to go and support them in that. So I
Mhm.
was like, oh my God, this experience alone is amazing. So to have that outdoor element was, a blessing, but then also to have been surrounded by all of the talent, like in that show, it was just like unforgettable.
Mhm.
All those voices, obviously, Drew's work on that was just incredible.
Yeah.
I loved performing that show. Like, I think about it a lot because it was just such an amazing experience.
It is, and I find that most things that I see at the open air, there is something, I don't know, there's something magical about it. It
Yeah.
really
Hmm.
is like almost tangible. You can feel like, God, the energy because it's near the earth and it's just,
Yeah.
and then
Hmm.
it's just stunning. But did you
I
have
mean, like,
any?
No, I was just going to say, like, to get that sort of, I guess the show brought that in terms of the fact that we were trying to make it into sort of like a rock concert. You were getting this amazing immediate energy back from the audience because they're just there. You can see them. It's not like when you're in an auditorium inside and you can't really make out people's faces. They're just there. And you're just like, hello. Yeah, literally. So, yeah,
Did
love,
you
love, loved
feel
it.
that did you feel being in that show? Did your performance? I mean, it's just a random question. But your performance change during the day than it did to the like a matinee, an evening towards the matinee? Because in the matinee, you can see everybody, and part
Mm,
of that show and a part of the majority of the show is like, for example, the Sound of Music. When it gets dark, is when like
mhm.
Germany's being taken over. So
Yeah,
it's like the element of the darkness of the night brings a
yeah.
different level to the show.
Yeah, but I think so. I mean, obviously, it's going to be like proper spooky when it's dark and you're just like crucifying Declan Bennett. Like, see you later. Um, yeah, so I think the main difference is at the matinees when you're at peak heat and you are just like drenched. And also just the elemental thing, like if it's raining, then, you know, unless it's terrible and you have to cancel the show, if you've got to lie on the floor, you're just going to lie in that puddle.
You're gonna lie in that puddle. You're gonna lie in that puddle.
You're going to lie in it.
Did you have any drama with wasps? Because I know quite a few people that have been singing. This my friend Nadine Cox was singing in
Yeah.
Sound of Music. A
Hmm.
wasp went into her mouth and then came out. I'd have,
No, 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 no. I don't know what I would have done, but I hate wasps so much, like so much. But I don't know what I would have done. But I do remember fighting because we had a couple of entrances where we'd be like coming through like shrubs and stuff. And if it wasn't mosps, if it wasn't wasps, it was mosquitoes. So like before every show, we were like covering ourselves in what's it called, jungle spray?
yes,
That
yeah.
yeah, yeah, that repellent stuff. Um, I remember my friend Bobby. She got a fly on her tongue once. This is so random, but I remember Charlotte Ryby was literally crying, laughing on stage because she came on stage and Bobby was like, she was either licking her hand or like licking a bit of the set because she couldn't get this fly out of her mouth. And we were all trying to sing. So like, that's just that's what it's like, you know, when you've got all these insects and
It's
stuff
all the elements. Did you
flying
ever
at you.
go back and visit Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah, I did see it. I loved it.
I went really quite late in towards the end of
Yeah,
the run, so obviously the autumn was coming. And
yeah.
I can remember there's the most beautiful thing was, oh God, I can't remember her name. She's brilliant. Oh,
J Jemima Rooper.
who played Audrey
Audrey. Yeah.
at the top, all the leaves blowing, and then out of nowhere, just a pigeon just sitting next to her. I was like,
Oh my God.
I love the theatre. This is great. Um, so, Wise Child, beautiful.
Wise Children.
Wise,
Yeah.
Start. That's my right. Look, right. Wise Child. Start to try and abbreviate it to myself. I've written Wise Child, and it's Wise Children. Sorry, team. So,
Same difference, singular,
Wise
plural,
Children.
whatever.
So it was with the character that you played was a twin,
Yeah.
and was it based on a true story? Your storyline?
So it's based on a book
Yeah.
by Angela Carter.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's about twins, a pair of twins who are they're from Brixton and they're showgirls. And the book, and it's quite amazing actually because it's not even a thick book. Like it's got it behind me. It's literally like that, and they chart like their entire lives and like two generations and a generation after them. Um, so it's just full of plot, full of plot, and somehow we managed to condense it into a 2.5 hour show. I don't know how, but yeah. So Emma Rice, the director, and it's also the name of her company. So it was the first show for her new company, which is also called Rice Children. She decided to have the twins played by 3 different pairs of actors, like over the course of the show, just as a way of just nice variation in telling the story. And
Yeah.
yeah, I had the time of my life
It
doing that.
looked, I mean, I never got to see it live, but it looked a joy. It really
Yeah.
did.
Oh, hi, hey Tom. Yes. So it's very loosely based on they were called the Dolly Sisters.
Yeah,
I think they were, did you ever watch Mr. Selfridge?
absolutely.
I think they were in that, not the real them, but the sort of
Yeah,
fictionalized
yeah, yeah.
version of them. I think they were characters in it at one point.
That's what I got. That's what
Um,
that's the reason, because I thought I researched it and it said it was like real people. These Dolly, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm.
And obviously you did that with Melissa,
Melissa James, yeah.
who is a doll. I saw her in, where was it now? I'm sure it was in. She was in The Bodyguard, but I'm sure she was on for Rachel, and she did it in like Milton Keynes. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, she can sing. Um, did you enjoy? Did you enjoy being a girl?
I did. I embraced it with all my being. I did.
I mean,
And it was really nice as well because um, basically when Emma asked everyone to do the show, no one was really that sort of sure as to like what they were doing because she was still workshopping the show at the time. And I went down to Bristol uh, just sort of in the months leading up to the rehearsals, and we did a workshop. And she literally told me then that she wanted me to play the role. So I was like, okay.
no
So
problem.
it was like tentative and scared, but it sort of all kind of flourished into just something wonderful that I wouldn't change it for the world. And Melissa sort of was there as a guide, and also she's just so brilliant. And I, yeah, just blooming loved it.
It is such a good. I mean, from what I've read and the reviews that I've read and the snippets and the YouTube bits, it looks like a really. It made me want to go. God, I wish I'd seen that. And that's what you're supposed to do. God, I
Yeah,
wish
but I
I'd.
feel like all of Emma's shows are like that. She makes like really inviting worlds to
Yes,
be in.
exactly that. Really well put.
Yeah, and I think it's also because there is so much interaction with the audience as well. You just sort of feel warm and welcome and invited, and her worlds are so sort of just magical,
Yeah,
really.
definitely.
So it was, yeah.
Again, doll, you are not a stranger to a wig because
No.
the
Oh my God. I was thinking to myself today, I was like, when was the last time I saw you in person? And I actually think it was then.
was life.
Because did you come to like one of the really early previews?
Yeah.
I think you came to the first preview, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. Because really,
Um,
my little thing about the life is this is so strange. Do you remember Dress Circle in town?
hmm hmm
So my whenever we used to go and see a show, my dad used to go, right, go and buy two new CDs. And
Yeah.
I looked at the show, hadn't got a clue what it was about. I just saw a massive red shoe and went, that's it. Whatever
Yeah.
that is, I want it.
Yeah.
Brought it, got it home, put it on. And I was like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. And then my body came on, and then it literally opened my mind to Lilius White, and I've never looked back.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can categorically say, like, that show is one of, if not my favorite musical theatre score, like, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. It's just so good. And also, it's because it's so funky, and like I
Yes,
can't think of another musical theatre score that is so like just funky and
it
soulful.
is. It really
And
is.
I think it was Harold Wheeler who did the orchestrations for it, and like he worked with like really amazing like bands and stuff in
Yeah.
the 70s and 80s and stuff. But I love, hey Tom again. So Tom, who choreographed it, is here right now,
Hey
and
Tom, we're
and
just waxing lyrical about your show.
literally we had such a blast like making that show. It was so amazing, and it's one of those shows that I just wish I could go back and do again just because
Yeah.
it was just so bloody great.
It
I
really,
just loved
I
it.
mean, it really, really was. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone who'd followed the score and
Mm.
can you imagine me like 60 year, like six, probably like 15-year-old Adam listening to hookers going, whatever this is, I want a slice of it, and then having to wait literally 10 years to see it live. It
I
blew my mind.
know. And it was really good as well, actually, when like there were a few people who said to me when, you know, when I said that I was doing it, they were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe The Life is finally coming to London."
Literally.
Someone I know actually saw the original production in New York, and they were like, "It's my favorite Broadway show like ever. Can't believe you're doing it." And then, of course, like we got Michael. Michael was on board, who directed the original production. So there was sort of like a good sense of like old and new, because obviously we had Tom doing the choreography, and Tamara Saringer was our MD, and she had the most amazing band who played on it. Like we got to use all of the original orchestrations, and it was just, oh, it was amazing. And actually I was quite surprised, because obviously Southwark is a small space,
Yeah.
and they fit like, Tom might know better than I will, but was there maybe like 11 musicians or something like that, maybe more?
I
They were all
can't
squished,
remember.
they were all squished together at the top, but like it just sounded incredible.
But it's those like the Menier and the
Mm,
Marylebone. It's those theatres that have that. Not that other theatres don't, but they have that touch of, oh, we're literally in it. It's palpable, and so I
yeah.
mean, towards the end of, I think it's Act Two or Act One, where like she gets beaten up. It's
Hmm.
her, like you're like, it's
Yeah.
almost like you want to look away, but
Yeah.
it was in it, and it really is one of the best times I've spent. And I also think, did it open on an afternoon? I'm sure it did, because it was definitely the first preview.
Oh, maybe we did do like a first
Mm,
preview as a matinee.
mm.
Yeah, I think it was. I
But
think it was.
just to make sure, you weren't in My Body, were you?
No,
I
I
could
wasn't.
definitely rephrase that.
I wish. So me and Tommy Lee Kids,
Yeah,
we used to stand behind, like, because you know there was like a cage at the back of the
yeah,
sort of like a metal fence at the
yeah,
back
yeah,
of the
yeah.
set. So they did the song, and then like we'd come on as these like bums in the strip club, and then we'd like run off, but we used to run off as quickly as we can, because we used to want to see as much of the dance break as possible. And we just used to do the choreography like behind this metal fence, because we were so desperate to be in it as well,
It was
and
so good.
Tom wouldn't let us. So.
Congratulations, Tom. I really enjoyed the reprise. Thanks, you're welcome. I remember going, there's a reprise? Let's make it
I
again. Let's do it again.
know. And it's so long.
It is.
It's like, it's really indulgent, and I love it. It's like, this song's amazing, so let's just do like a 2 minute dance break, like two scenes after the song's already done.
I mean, Omari, you've done played some incredible venues. I mean, outside, in the round. The Southwark is so close. Five Guys Named Mo. I mean, the staging for that.
Mad.
Was there any like accidents on like this on the Revolve? I
Um,
mean, only tell me the funny ones. Keep it light, Bab. Do you know what I mean?
no. I actually don't think, from what I can remember, no.
No.
The only thing that was funny was because obviously I was an alternate in that
Yeah,
show,
yeah, yeah.
and sometimes when your brain is like working overtime, or if you had a bit of a brain fart, there'd be times where like I'd just be standing on the Revolve, and then I'd just forget that it was about to move, so you get like a moment. But
Do
um,
you hear the people sing on your own?
yeah. But no, we were sort of quite good as in terms of how the revolt went. I don't remember there being anything like major that happened.
No.
The only thing that was weird was just like sort of getting used to the venue, like when it was first starting, because we were doing tech and they were still sort of fixing things up around us. And I mean, it was stunning by
It
the end.
was.
It was
Obviously, Doc,
bloody
I
gorgeous.
didn't see. I saw the production, but I didn't see you in it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Doesn't mean I didn't love it, but you weren't in it. That on that performance. But again, it's the play that the. I mean, you are so lucky, and so I mean, you work so hard. But the things that you're in, they're so eclectic. They're so different. There's 1 minute it's this, and then you're playing a hooker, and then you're playing. It's just, you know what I mean? It is brilliant. So to see, I would love to have seen you in the Five Guys Named Mo. But again, it was so inviting. It's another show where the audience are part of it, and it was like a party. It was
Yeah,
really joyous.
yeah.
Was it fun Was it fun playing with five of them? Not four, no, five.
I'm like, we had so much fun. Like we were so naughty. We were very naughty. And also you sort of could, because you had all of that audience
Yeah,
interaction
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. And it's sort of, if anything, that show kind of taught you to sort of just have your wits about you all the time, because the kinds of people that you were getting in from the audience it was crazy. Like there would be like hens in, you know, and because obviously you had the seating on the outside of the Revolve, but then sort of like the little tables on the inside of
Inside,
it.
yeah.
And you are literally mingling with these people. Like the things that used to happen, like I had my bum squeezed a few times,
Yeah.
like it just was sort of became that quite a lot. So yeah.
So, thank you, Andrew Wright, for putting me in the audience, but that's great. Thank you. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you very much. That's all I do the job for.
What was your favourite, like, I want to say choral. It's like group singing moment in that show. I mean, the song "Ain't My Baby" is was that one? Yeah, yeah.
That's good. I'm trying to think of another one, another moment. Du-du-du-du-du-du. Oh, there's another song that was called "Life Is So Peculiar." Like I don't know why, but I just always loved that number, just because it was really upbeat and we were all together and whatnot. But yeah, the medley at the end with "Is You Is" like,
It is.
yeah,
It is.
gold.
I mean, there's things I've missed out, but Dal, it's just incredible what you've done. Like you should be in these times like this. People should really reflect and go, "Gosh, this is like what I've set out to do in life. You are doing it, and you will continue to do it. It's just great, Dal." Right.
Oh, thank you, Adam.
You're welcome, Dal. This little TV show. That's only really sincere, but I meant it. Like, you're welcome, Dal. This little TV show, like really small. Nobody knows about it. It's brand new. People don't even care about it. It's got no hype at all. But it's a sin. I mean, I've read up on it today. Your part, and it says, "Party boy." All the joy. And I assume that gorgeous one piece denim is the party boy's outfit.
Oh yeah, yes, the romper, the little romper.
Yes, darling. Without getting yourself in trouble and making me being sued, what can you tell me about the show?
So, it is written by Russell T Davies, of course, who wrote Queer as Folk and Cucumber, Very English Scandal, loveliest, most kindest, most genius man in the world. And he has written basically a story that sort of profiles the lives of a group of friends who all moved to London. They live in a big flat together in London, and it's sort of with the AIDS epidemic sort of in the foreground and in the background. So you sort of see them live through the decade, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a good synopsis
before I get into it. And the red dot comes on your head from like. So the party boy. So did you not the party boy? I'm not hashtagging that, but that's what it describes you as. Your character. Have you watched Will and Grace?
Do you know what? I've never watched it religiously. I've sort of dipped in and out of it. Oh my God, look at those eyes you're giving me right now. You're fuming.
Right, Dom. This reference now is lost. How am I going to get this reference? But are you like the Karen Walker of the show? Are you the one with the witty lines and the sass and the one that everybody will be quoting you basically?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, Dal. We won't dig any more. I do not. But Dal, it's so exciting. It is so exciting. And when does it come out? Is there a release date?
It's early next year. I think it should be in the first few months of the year.
So exciting, Dal. Right, should we go into your quick fire questions?
Ooh. Yeah.
Right, hold on. Let me just get. I'm just going to get some new questions, Dal. Hold on.
I can't believe how many of these you've done.
You're my 82nd. 82nd.
Oh my God. 82nd. And you've got Sandra tomorrow, haven't you?
Babes, we have. Love our Sandra.
Love.
She's a doll. She is a proper doll. And it is that with regards to that hairspray, the first show that you saw, nearly, and because obviously some of them aren't online. But they were so warm to me. And they were so warm to others. And I can't speak for you, but for me, it was the first time that I went to see a show and I was like, oh my God, that's me. Like, that is full on. There's no, I am not like, I'm not going to lie. I used to think I was Charlotte Rye being me and my girl. Like, I was always the girl
That
roles.
that is it. Like I remember the first time I saw it and they did You Can't Stop the Beat, like I think I was just like crying because I was just like so happy. I was just like, this is amazing. And also now that I've mentioned Sandra and also thinking of the life with Sharon, like I'm just like, oh my God, all these people I saw like
Yep.
so long ago.
Yeah,
And then yeah, you get that sort
it
of
is mad.
again, small circles and
It is, and I find that shows like everybody's like people on Broadway and Harvey Weinstein talk about Hairspray. It is magical, like it will
yeah,
follow
yeah,
you about.
yeah, yeah.
Brilliant, it's brilliant. What's your favourite show, Doll?
Oh my God. Wow. What is my favorite show? A Chorus Line.
Good choice.
Love, love, love.
Best night that you spent in a theatre, on or off stage?
Um, Best night in a theatre off stage. This like favorite theatre experience ever for a musical, American Psycho at the
You
Almeida.
saw that?
Yeah, I loved it. Like I'm obsessed
Wow.
with that show.
Is
Yeah,
that the same production that went to New York?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
Hmm. Loved it. Um, wait, what was the other bit of that question?
wow.
No, off stage. Did you say?
But favourite moment off stage, so that was that one, watching it. And what was your
Yeah,
favourite show, best night you spent on stage?
on stage. Um, ooh, I would say maybe press night of Jesus Christ Superstar or Wise Children.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any particular reason why?
I don't. The thing with Jesus Christ Superstar was that like as soon as we started doing the show and just like realizing what we'd made, we were like, this is just. Especially when you get to the end of the show. Actually, I'm going to narrow it down even more. Doing Superstar in that show is like my favorite on stage moment ever. Like we were all covered in glitter, we were knackered, and because the song is so amazing, and you've got Tyrone literally like bearing his soul,
I mean, whatever
like
happened to him? I mean, I wish he'd do more shows.
what's he doing? Yeah, and you know, when you've got that behind you, you're just like, yeah, gotta go for it. Love, love,
Good
love, love,
answer.
love that moment.
What's your most unpopular musical? What's your most unpopular musical theatre opiniano?
Ooh. Mm.
It's all right. That trepidation. That one. What is it?
I'm trying to think. What would go in my musical theatre room 101? Mm.
Oh, that's it. Bad.
I'm trying to think of a musical that like
That is going to be a new question.
I'm trying to think of a show that like really grates on me, but I know that everyone else loves it.
So, I think I have a problem with if I don't find the musical and someone gives it
Mm.
to me, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not going to tell me what I like. So, like, don't shoot me. Hamilton, don't really get it. Watched it, loved it. Oh no.
To be fair, like I've had that conversation with people, not because that's my opinion, but like I've met like, you know, quite a few people who sort of feel the same. But I'm trying to think do you know what? I have never really been like infatuated by the sort of like the traditional canon of like, you know, like Les Mis and Phantom and that stuff. Like I've never seen Phantom, like I've never seen, and I'm sort of still surprised that I'm really surprised that I haven't seen it because you just sort of think it's one of those shows that everyone's seen.
We are so the same. I have never seen Les Mis.
Yeah.
I saw it on tour because someone brought me a ticket, and that's no disrespect to the show. It's just that's not for
No,
me.
no, no. Yeah,
And
yeah.
long story short, my granddad passed away, and it was the only show he didn't get to see because he used to go down to London a lot. I took
Yeah.
Nan, and we saw the show, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know, it was Chris. I don't know what it was, but I was like, besides Rebecca Locke, because Rebecca Locke was in it, and she was Colette, and she was brilliant,
Oh, yeah.
stunning. But I was like, where's the love story? Why I don't? This is a barrel of shit. And I went to I can remember it so vividly. Why is she turning to Oprah suddenly? I literally can remember a bit where I was, oh mate. So I literally went to my nan, oh, this is the song that Grandad loves. And someone in front of me shushed me. And I was like,
You're joking.
And all I
No.
could think of was like red from here to. So soon as the curtain went up and like the chandelier fell and everything, blah blah, I literally tapped on the shoulder and went, just because you wear your pearls, it's not an opera. I was telling my nan about this song, and she was like, "But you should talk." I was like, "Nah, man, not today. Don't test me. Get
Oh,
me to the punch, we'll be
I'm
friends."
glad you did that though.
Mate, shut.
There's nothing like being patronized by someone who thinks they're like, I'm a patron. I'm like, no,
No, you're not,
I'm here
man.
to enjoy the show the same as you.
I've seen this show 32 times. Well, that explains why, Dom. Anyway, what's one musical and one play right now that you think needs reviving?
Um, I think they should do another revival of a chorus line.
So you could be in it.
So I can be in it.
So you could pop that hit, Cassie.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'd love to do a bit of Cassie actually. And a play. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm trying to think of what's something that I've read or seen? I feel like that we all need to be uplifted at the moment,
Yeah.
don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think of a play that would uplift everyone. Do you know what? I'm going to be quite biased here. I did a show, the first show I did with Emma Rice was Tristan and Isolde,
Yeah.
which is an Empire play. And it's a love story, quite a tragic love story, mind, but told in a very special and unique way. And actually, when I did that show, I had a friend come and see that show who is like renowned for being the most sort of like still face person. He doesn't crack at all. And the way he responded to that show, like I'd never seen him like that before. And I was just like, oh, this really is a special show. And again, it's just that thing. She creates amazing worlds that are really inviting and special. And, I think anything like that is what we need right now.
Definitely. We need the joy. The joy.
We need joy.
Hot or
Yes.
cold?
Hot.
Walk or run?
Run.
Dance or sing?
Dance.
Give or receive?
Give.
Meat or veg?
Me.
Me. Night in or night out?
Night in.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Play or musical?
Musical.
Lily Savage or RuPaul?
Oh.
I know.
Oh. Oh. RuPaul.
It's all right. Like,
I know, but but it's just because actually, like, full disclosure, I only started really sort of like getting into RuPaul like maybe maybe even about 4 years ago, maybe. But I have the image of Lily Savage sort of like there from sort of I remember being a kid. Lily Savage was everywhere.
mate,
She was on every television show. I just remember seeing her all the time. Blankety blank, yeah.
Obsessed with the blankety blank.
Yeah.
I think that's why I love a frock. I worship the doll, so to speak. It's because of Lily Savage. I used to go, God, the power that person has by putting on a wig. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Beyonce or Celine?
Beyonce.
Hugs or kisses?
Hugs.
Day or night?
Day.
Sun time or weather?
Sun time.
Peters or Lapone?
Lapone.
That is the correct answer. You can go into round.
What would have happened? You would have literally clicked.
Bye.
Peters. See you later.
Waste of 40 minutes.
I did actually see Bernadette Peters in Hello Dolly on Broadway. She was so good.
I hear that. I hear that she was incredible.
Ooh.
What? No! Shut up! No. Now, I hear that she was incredible, but I would
she was so good. I mean, I loved it.
I never got to see it, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? I didn't see it live.
Yeah.
But regarding Bette Midler, if you watch both of them simultaneously, Bette is so true and plays like, I mean, the bit where I've used it live, so but the bit before the prey passes by, like
Yeah.
she's so fragile and about to break.
Mm.
But I found that, but Bette Midler's Bette Midler, innit? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It's Bet.
It's Bette.
It's Bet from Hocus Pocus.
Have you seen the picture
Which picture?
that Bette put on the other day on
No,
Instagram?
no.
Her,
Uh-huh.
the original witches doing like a VT.
No.
Yeah. Sarah
Well, I know
Jessica
what I'm doing
Parker
in a bit.
and what's the other girl's name?
It was
Nah. Her.
someone help.
The one from Sister Act. I can't remember which name it was. Yeah, her. Best performance that you've ever seen live by a singular person.
Oh my God. In a theatre.
Yeah.
Oh my God. One of them is definitely Sharon in Caroline or Change. Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with that.
Good
Because
choice.
she had me. She had me from go.
It was I found really definitely took me till halfway through Act 1, probably a bit
Mm,
later, because I'm so used to seeing Sharon play such strong women and
mm,
so take on the world. But Caroline didn't have that, did she? She didn't have that take
mhm.
on the world. So I
Yeah.
was a bit like, I don't
But
understand.
that was what was so amazing is that she
Yeah,
had so little. She had so little, and yet she still had strength.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's so amazing about that character, actually, but also her.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
she just has that ability to just sort of do that to whatever she picks up. Like so amazing.
And the bit where she
We
shouts
love
to the kid,
her.
I was generally scared.
Hmm. Oh my God.
Beautiful. What a woman. I could talk about it forever. Where are we? Best performance. Go to shower song.
Um. Oh. It changes quite often. But at the moment, it would probably be "Love Is a Contact Sport" by Whitney Houston.
I mean, that is a blast from the past. Nice
Hmm.
choice, Star.
Yeah.
Dream roll. And no bullshit about when there's a new one written.
um. I would love to play the MC in Cabaret.
Nice choice.
Yeah.
And who would be your Sally Bowles?
Ooh. This is where I say Adam Starr, yeah.
Yeah.
Adam
No,
Starr.
no, no,
There
no,
we
not
go.
go on.
It's cast.
Mm.
I've I've never thought of that. Who would? But you know what's so good is that like there've actually been like so many good
There
like
really has.
Sallys.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Williams did it, as
Yes.
in yeah.
As in
Emma-
Michelle.
not that Michelle, although she played Roxy once, didn't she?
Yeah.
I do. I love her. I love her.
Oh, John and me.
Love her. Emma
Obviously,
Stone
you've seen
did
the bit
it.
where she comes out the stage. Yeah, and nearly
Yeah,
dies. Bless her face.
yeah. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head.
I know it is such a well known part. I think I saw. I can't believe she did it, but well, obviously before she started out when she just left Nancy, Samantha Barks. She did it on tour.
Yeah. I think I saw her. Actually, I've seen that show. Well, I've seen that show quite a lot. Yeah,
Mm.
I saw her do it, and I
Mm.
saw. Um. Forgive me. What's the name of the actress
Liza
who was in
Minnelli.
Maria? No, that
That
woman.
one.
You know who's she? Um. Oh my God! And she was on the Maria program.
Not.
Siobhan.
Yeah.
Siobhan, but I can't remember her surname.
Whoops. Um.
But she's really good.
Uh. On stage mishap.
Um. When I was in Annie Get Your Gun at the Sheffield Crucible, like
And
4
who
years
was
ago or
your Annie?
something. The incredible Anna Jane Casey. Yes, it was Siobhan Dillon. Thank you, Scott. Um, the amazing Anna Jane Casey. So forgive me because this is a bit of a tale, but I'll try and condense it. So opening night, like press night, act 2, it was just cursed for some reason. Like it was just a cursed act 2. And it started when, so in the sun in the, you know, the sun in the morning, I got the sun in the morning, the moon at night. So the stage is like thrust.
Yeah.
So the audience are basically like under our noses. And we're all the ensemble, we're in sort of like maids, waiters, that sort of thing. And AJ was meant to sit on Matt Croak's shoulder. He was meant to lift her up and she was meant to do a promenade and I was meant to hold her hand and walk around with her. And basically, I think something got caught in her like petticoat or whatever was under this. She was wearing this big dress. So she never actually made it onto his shoulder. So she just sort of stood up and I just like walked around in a circle around them. And it doesn't end there because I also had a silver tray which had to be placed on a plinth within sort of like 8 counts or something. And I had to like run out, put it on the thing and then join back in the choreography. So I had to balance it on top of these like champagne flutes. But in the scene before, there'd been a bit of a spillage. So I had this silver tray and it was like a cartoon fall. I literally stacked it, like my legs went in front of me. The tray flew in the air. I skidded off the stage and literally landed in someone's lap. Like I was off the stage, like in the audience. And the tray did that thing, you know, when you spin a coin and it takes ages to like sing. So AJ is just singing and this tray's going ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. And I was like, when that sort of thing happens to you, it's like an out-of-body experience.
I can imagine, doll.
I was so shook and I don't remember how I got back into the choreography, but I did. And then it was just like one of those things where we had a matinee the next day. And I think for basically all the shows after, whenever it got to that moment, we'd all just corpse because we were all just replaying that moment in our heads as it happened.
Oh, gosh.
But, mad.
I can just imagine these poor buggers from like Sheffield going, it's part of the show. It's great. Love it. Love that bit. You know, that bloke fell. Best bit, that was. Loved it.
Loved it.
That's a story and a half. Go to cast album.
Either American Psycho or A Chorus Line.
Good choice. Favorite sweet.
Ooh, rhubarb and custard.
Good choice. Favorite month of the year.
Ooh, January, because you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this.
And then Corona. Favorite sound.
Ooh, water. The sea specifically. Yeah.
Favorite smell.
Still gonna sound. Sorry, it's gonna sound so wanky. I've got my Muji diffuser behind me. It's not on right now, but I love a bit of blood orange mixed in with maybe a little bit of bergamot.
That's yours. What's your favourite
drink? Ooh.
We've got a minute, so make it quick.
Elderflower.
Lovely. What's your favourite movie?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna say Spice Girls movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
Me and you in a time machine can go and see any show ever made ever. Omari, what are we seeing?
We are seeing, because I was reading about it the other day, A Chorus Line at the Public Theatre, the previews, because it was sold out and they all had to sit on the stairs and like Cher was sat watching it on the stairs. Like, yeah, it was amazing.
Patti LuPone was watching it sat on the stairs because her brother was in it. You're welcome. Last question before we run out of time. What would be the name of your autobiography?
Spice Up Your Life.
Winning. Doll, I'm so sorry about to rush. You are a dream. Long may you reign. Good luck with everything. Stay safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome, doll. What a joy this has been. And I can't wait to see you
in
It's a Sin.
Thank you. I'm going to make sure I'm watching Lovely Sandra tomorrow.
And I'm so excited. Bye!
Oh, well. Lots of love. Have a good night. Bye!